Off we go!
Tes tes 1 2 3. Halo Ahmad Raffi, makasih udah mampir.
Good things come to those who don't wait around.
Aduh.
That's what they say anyway.
Tes tes.
Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Makasih.
Oh,
Udah pada mau naik kereta api.
Get up, said Jewel. Time to get to work, you lazy bones.
I can't remember how to call the train. Just let me sleep a little longer, and I'm sure I'll remember.
Don't try to pull one over on me, young man. Your fading disorder has been cured. I saw you chugging cup after cup of magic tonic in the tavern last night.
You must be mistaken, Grandpa Allman. That guy definitely wasn't me.
Oh, you remember my name now, do you? Then it seems like you're all better. You had no idea who I was when you were fading. Now, enough of your nonsense. Get up. The fairy and her friends are going to be here any second.
All right, I'm up. Maritime Express should be here soon.
That's more like it. Lie there any longer and you'll start gathering dust.
Is everything okay?
The hero, his pixie companion, and the forest fairy. Oh, I didn't know you were already here. Merciful macadamias. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Oh, it's all right. Paimon knows the feeling. Who doesn't want to sleep in first thing in the morning?
Does the Maritime Express run out of Constellation Metropole?
Yes, each train needs a conductor to operate.
Supporter mentraktir
Conductors
1
are all
cendol,
orders from the
selalu
captain.
berkarya.
More difficult maneuvers are a little too complicated when you're made of paper.
Oh, so you mean the people of Constellation Metropole aren't origami animals like you?
Well, the city welcomes visitors from all over the world, so you're bound to run into some forest dwellers there. But yes, generally speaking, the residents of Constellation Metropole look quite different from us. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Here comes the train.
Supporter mentraktir 1 cendol, selalu berkarya.
Pleasure.
pleasure to meet you, everyone. My name is Will, and I'll be the conductor for your journey today. I'm assuming you're the ones who called the train?
Whoa, it's a little toy man!
Yes, we called the train. The hero and the forest fairy need a ride to Constellation Metropole.
누구지?
The hero and the forest
Supporter
fairy.
mentraktir satu cendol. Selalu berkarya.
Oh, why didn't you say so earlier? We could have prepared a far more luxurious train. I'll just go back and get a better one.
That's okay, Mr. Wheel. We're trying to get to the city as fast as possible. We just need you to get us across the sea. In your capable hands, I'm sure we'll get there in no time.
Of course, my lady. It would be an honor. Well then, all aboard, sit anywhere you like. We'll get a stunning view of Simulanka no matter where you're seated.
Breakfast.
Did one of you just say something? 누구지?
Supporter mentraktir satu cendol. Selalu berkarya.
누구지?
Supporter mentraktir satu cendol. Selalu berkarya.
That's not cendol, by the way.
Wasn't me either.
So it's okay.
Breakfast. No, come back. Sounds like the voice is coming from inside the train. Fish. Chicken drumsticks. Oh, gotcha.
What's Kirara doing here?
Is she a friend of yours?
Oh, let Paimon introduce you. This is Kirara. She's... Oh, wait. Actually, maybe we should wake her up first.
So noisy. Is it morning already? Morning. Huh? Traveler! Paimon! It's you? Which means... Oh, thank goodness. It was all a dream after all. Gotta hand it to my imagination. It all felt super real. There were these toy people, but they were alive and they could talk.
Madam, sleeping overnight in the train car is
Wait.
prohibited.
Loh ini.
It wasn't just a dream?
It's alright, Kirara. Apparently we're in a world called
Wah,
Simulanka.
jangan lama ya.
We got here yesterday, too.
Simulanka? So, that's what it's called. I spent all day yesterday wandering around this one city. The toy people called it Constellation Metropole. I was trying to find a way to get back home. I was seriously starting to think I'd gotten on the bad side of some great yokai and gotten swallowed whole. I take it you're Inazuman then, Miss Kirara?
She sure is.
Belum ketemu Wawan nih ya, belum. Masih
Kirara
ketemu
here
sama
is kinda
Kirara nih.
special. Let Paimon introduce you for real this time. Kirara is a Nekomata from Inazuma. She works as a courier for Komunie Express.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nilu, a
Yang
member of
sempat
Zubair Theater.
diperdebatkan katanya
You
ya.
can usually find us
Antara
performing
Wawan
in
sama
Sumeru City's
Kiri kan.
Grand Bazaar.
Event ini enggak
Right
sih?
now, though, I suppose I should introduce myself as the Fairy of the Forest of Blessings. Oh, you're Nilu! I've heard a lot about you from my deliveries in Sumeru. I even saw one of your performances back in the day. You're an amazing dancer. But, did you say you were a forest fairy?
Oh, yeah, that's her new identity here in Simulanka. Oh, speaking of new identities, looks like you got a new outfit yourself, Kirara.
Yeah, I know. confused the heck out of me yesterday. I just woke up in a set of brand new clothes I'd never seen before.
That must mean you have a big part to play here too.
Oke. Kenapa? Apa yang kau...
Is that a thing? I guess I am wearing a pair of boots, but
Yang
still.
menemuawan kenyang
Did you
nanti.
by any chance hear a voice speaking to you before you got here, Miss Kirara?
Harusnya.
A voice. Oh, yeah, I did hear something.
Kira-kira di
I was
chapter
so
berapa ya
freaked out,
ketemu
my
dia?
tails got all tangled. So I didn't catch much of what was said.
Sorry for the interruption. But this Nekomata friend of yours, she doesn't eat hamsters, does she?
Or frogs?
Oh, no need to worry, little guys. I would never do something like that. Well, unless I'd been out in the wild too long without anything to eat. Oh, speaking of eating, I am getting a little hungry.
Setelah ini kayaknya. Widih. Apa deket-deket?
Where are your manners, everyone? This young lady is a trusted friend
Ini masih
of
di
our
chapter 2.
esteemed hero.
Masih di chapter ketiga.
Now, I know a fear of felines is etched into us with ink, but I'm certain Miss Nekomata in boots here means us no harm.
It sure looks like you're keeping your distance, though, Grandpa Almond.
You will have nothing to fear, I promise. I met some origami animals in Constellation Metropole yesterday, and I even made sure to retract my claws so I didn't hurt them by accident. Plus, you all look just about as tasty as the cardboard boxes I deliver. Not that I'd try to eat you even if you did look tasty. Promise.
Please excuse us, Mom. It's just an unconscious reaction.
Dear passengers, it's almost time for us to depart.
Oh, yeah, that. Whoops. This turned into a pretty long conversation, didn't it? All right, let's get on the train. You coming with us, Kirara?
Mm-hmm. I'll ride with you to the next stop. There's a place near the Metropole that caught my eye yesterday, so I want to go explore it today.
Then all that remains for me to say is, on behalf of the
Kalaupun
Forest
makan
of
rasanya kayak kertas
Blessings,
kan.
thank you once again.
Sama seperti yang gue
All
katakan.
you've
Kau
done
makan
for
India
us.
rasanya kertas.
May the goddess of
Tinta.
fate be with you and bless your journey. Madam Fairy, Miss Nekomata in boots, and our brave heroes. Please do visit us in the Forest of Blessings again, once peace has returned to this land.
Oh.
We will. We'll definitely meet again.
Coba gue tanya sama dia aja.
Take care, Grandpa Almond.
Kan ada. Minta CSS. Hah? Oke. Oh.
Have a safe trip!
Wow, a train ride over the sea? What an incredible view!
Please keep your head and arms inside the train at all times. We don't want anyone falling into the sea.
There's a train coming the other way too! Hey!
And now that the fading disorder is cured, I'm sure the forest will be a lively place again in no time. I gotta go explore that forest at some point. It looked so pretty from the train. I just hope they,
Itu
won't
kota
be too
area
scared
yang
of me.
paling kusuka. Yang seberang ini kah?
We'll be arriving at our destination shortly. Please prepare to disembark. Here we are. Constellation Metropole is right over there. It's a short walk from here to the Gear Sky Ladder,
Yep.
which will take you right to Metropole Square. And thank you again for choosing Maritime Express.
Great! And thanks to you for a smooth and pleasant journey, Mr. Wheel. The train cars were comfortable and spacious, and I had a great night's sleep. I'll definitely be back.
As you wish, ma'am.
Serius.
Where should we go next? Is that place you wanted to check out nearby?
Mm-hmm. I took a walk around yesterday, and it felt like there was something weird about it. So?
Weird.
I think I'll indulge my curiosity and go investigate. Want us to come with you? It's okay. You guys go ahead and visit the Metropole for now. Hopefully, that's where you'll be able to find out some more about this world. I pretty much explored the whole place from the rooftops yesterday, but for some reason, this is the place that caught my attention. You know what I mean, right? Like, when you get a stone stuck in your claw or something, it keeps nagging at you to dig it out, but you can't focus on anything else until you do. Don't worry, if you run into any trouble, I'll be there faster than you can say Gold Level Courier of the Komania Express.
Okay, fair enough. We'll head to the Metropole then. Guess this is where we say bye for now.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about me. Let's not forget, I'm a yokai.
Ntar dulu.
Hey, are you guys already finished with everything in the Metropole?
Belum, kita baru
No
berpisah.
need to prioritize me. There's just this place I really want to go check out. Feel free to get back to me once you've got everything sorted out. Great! Then let's go! I've delivered
Ya udahlah ya, nikmati, hayati, rasa.
Looks like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house
Itu bisa
yet.
dikerjain nanti.
Even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there.
Ambilnya,
It might
ngerjainnya
suddenly
apa
collapse in on you. You wanna check?
Adventure time.
Oh, gua tuh deh. Bye. Ambil kertas doang kok. Kurang. Karena nanti agak tabrakan sama main quest. Oke. Oh, ini sekalian. Why not? Yeah. Button. Tidak. Oh. Ah. Yeah.
Off we go.
Buset. Alright. Nggak gacha Emil kah? Emil. Tadi sempat 10. Tapi yang pulang Xiangling dua-dua.
Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day.
Xianglingku udah C5.
Help me! Somebody, please
Kita mau coba-coba kumpulin di sini.
help me! Help!
Nggak tahu bisa 10
Goddess
kali
of
pull
prophecy
lagi.
above, would you kind souls please help us?
What happened here? Why are you all suspended in midair?
I mean, being stuck in midair still beats falling to the ground and being smashed into a pile of blocks, but... I told him to
Banyak
be
jadi
careful,
kuning,
but
makanya
no. Never mind.
mau
Now's not the
disambil.
time for that. My good friends, could I trouble you to turn the clockwork key over there? I'll explain everything in a bit.
Kayak Primo. Hah? Susun. Gerakkan roda gigi. Mencoba berotak singkir. Titip lag, boleh, makasih ya lagnya. Hah? Wah,
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
What happened there? It almost seemed like we turned back time.
I take it this is your first time witnessing the power of the goddess of prophecy, then? If so, I can see why you might think that. Basically, this is a gift bestowed upon Constellation Metropole by the goddess of prophecy, who rules over the natural course of all things. It helps those who have deviated from their proper path to get back on track.
Proper path? Do you mean everything that happens in the Metropole has been planned out since the very beginning?
Why are you saying that as if it's a bad thing?
You're not explaining it clearly. Here, allow me. Of course, all the residents of the Metropole have the freedom to live their own lives. For instance, whether I use olive oil or sesame oil in my morning skincare routine is entirely
Supporter
my
mentraktir
choice.
1
But
cendol,
whenever
selalu
something
berkarya.
disastrous is about to happen, like when I almost got turned into a pile of rubble just now, the goddess's magic will activate in the world around us.
So, in other words, it's kind of protection magic? To keep people alive?
You could say that. There are other situations in which it activates too, but that's basically correct.
Well, in any case, we're glad no one's hurt.
Are you heading to the Constellation Metropole?
Yep. Do you know where we can find the Gear Sky ladder?
Oh, it's just that platform up ahead. The one with the key sticking out.
That thing? Are you sure?
Yep, that's the one. Pretty much everything in the Metropole runs on tracks and gears. The goddess of prophecy watches over it all. Which is to say, all the tracks are fixed. If a machine is set up to move forwards, it'll never move in reverse.
Cobalah
This
share
reminds
ke
Paimon a lot
mereka.
of Fontaine's clockwork toys.
You mean, like those music boxes with dancing figures? I think I've seen one or two from the merchants in Sumeru.
Yeah, exactly like that. Anyway, sounds like it's not gonna suddenly fall out of the sky, so Paimon's okay now. Should we get going?
Now that's what I call treasure.
Lumayan.
Adventure time.
Oh.
Whoa, what a bustling city! This place is fit for a king!
Our next step is to get to the top of the Metropole and ask the goddess of prophecy for guidance. If there is a king in that castle, I sure hope he won't get mad at us for trespassing.
Wih. Waduh.
Make way for the king!
Oh, darn, we jinxed it. Oh, no. Did he overhear us talking about us sneaking into his castle? Paimon hopes he's not mad.
Silence! The one who shall soon stand before you is the ruler of Constellation Metropole, the one who descended after a meteor shower, and the protector of order and all the stars in the sky.
That's a long list of titles.
I bid ye welcome, guests from afar. Long have I heard of your grand deeds. O fairy, who restored the lifeblood of the forest. O hero, who... huh?
Navia!
Hold your foul tongue! How dare you utter Her Majesty's name?
Nice one, partner. Spectacular improvisation skills. I'd expect no less from you. All right. You can relax now. Allow me to make some introductions. This is the Traveler, and his trusty companion, Paimon.
You are personal friends with Her Majesty the King? Please, forgive our grievous mistake. We had no idea.
All right. The welcome ceremony is over. Everyone back to your stations. I will personally treat our guests to some royal hospitality.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Oh, come on, I've already sent them off. So anyway, how did you guys get here?
We were gonna ask you the same thing! Also, how are you already king of this nation? And where did you get a crown? Oh, wait, don't say it. You just woke up like this, right?
Sounds like you've answered your own question. But before I woke up, I heard a voice say to me, "You are the king of Constellation Metropole. Now go forth and save your city." A similar thing happened to me. Oh, yeah, sorry. You must be the fairy of the Forest of Blessings, right?
This is Nilu, a friend that we made during our time in Sumeru.
Nice to meet you, Miss Nilu. I'm Navia, the president of Spina di Rosula. If you ever get the chance to go to Fontaine, make sure you come and visit me. I'm based in Poisson.
Seems like you're taking this all in stride. Aren't you nervous about getting stuck here and never being able to get back home?
Why would I be worried about that? We've faced much bigger problems than this before, and we always pull through. This should be a piece of cake. Besides, life's always full of surprises. You gotta learn to just enjoy it.
That sounds like a great outlook on life. You have a very optimistic spirit.
Thanks, I'll take that. Honestly, though, it also puts me at ease to find out that you guys are the fairy and heroes that I've been hearing about in this prophecy. We're kind of veterans at dealing with prophecies by now, aren't we?
About that, has anything bad happened in the Metropole? We heard about an evil dragon. Did it make a mess here too?
It sure did. Apparently, for whatever reason, he went for the stars above the city recently. Literally just flew up and started snatching them out of the sky. Luckily, the guards responded quickly and stopped the dragon from taking them back to his lair. Unfortunately, though, he dropped them before he flew off. Now they're scattered all around the Metropole. I've been out trying to retrieve them, but I only managed to get one of them before you showed up. Oh, I didn't ask yet. What brings you to the Metropole anyway?
Oh, Paimon can explain.
I see. So, you want to consult the oracle of the goddess of prophecy?
Do you know how we can do that,
Yo,
Miss Navia?
Well, the goddess's statue is indeed at the top of the castle.
Ya, aku ingat.
I can take you up there.
Kabar baik? Long time no see.
However, I've heard from the citizens here that the goddess hasn't given out any new revelations in a very long time.
Really? But Grandpa Almond told us that he received his prophecy from the goddess.
Oh, that's probably because the prophecy about the hero of Simulanka has been around for a very long
Udah lama
time.
nggak mampir.
But recently,
Punya mungkin
people
ya,
realized
udah
that the
lama nggak
goddess didn't
ngasih
reveal
juga.
anything about what's supposed to happen after peace has been restored.
Karena satu dan lain hal.
Okay.
Still, can't hurt to try your luck. And maybe you can help me get rid of the invaders while we're at it.
Invaders? So the dragon's
Sok
not
aman
your
kah?
only problem?
Right. The forest isn't the only place where strange things have been happening to the residents. Have you come across the gift from the goddess of prophecy yet?
You mean the protection magic that stops them from coming to harm? We saw it in action.
Yep, that's the one. Over the past little while, this magic has been triggering far more frequently. We don't know if it's simply because the Metropole has grown a lot more dangerous, or if there's a deeper reason behind it. Some residents find themselves getting stuck in a place and unable to move. Others start repeating the same thing over and over again, like they're trapped in some kind of loop.
If we were to use clockwork toys as an analogy, could it be that the tracks have eroded or the gears have slid out of place?
That's exactly right, Nilu. That's basically what's happening. Anyway, some of the monsters outside the city saw this as an opportunity to launch an invasion.
But we didn't see a single monster on our way here.
That's because I already took care of most of them over the past couple of days. Of the remaining few, we trapped some of them inside the castle and chased the rest back out of the city.
Okay, so to summarize, not only has the magic here gotten all messed up, but the dragons also knocked some of the stars out of the sky, plus there's a bunch of monsters in the city. Sounds like there's a lot more to fix here than in the Forest of Blessings.
Well, defeating the dragon and the monsters should be straightforward enough. But how do we fix the magic?
Supposedly, the goddess has had it all planned out for ages. One of her oldest prophecies says this: "Go and push the gear that connects up to the starry sky. When that time comes, I shall dance and return the tracks beneath my people's feet back to the stars in the sky.
Huh? But weren't the tracks the gift that she gave to her people in the first place? Does that mean she plans to take the gift back?
That's what the prophecy seems to be saying, yes. So, as a result, some people are against turning the gear, despite what the prophecy says, since they fear a future where they no longer enjoy the goddess's protection.
But letting this drag on isn't the answer either, is it?
No, and I think they know that. But they're just too afraid to take that final, terrifying step. They're still hoping there might be an alternative solution. Now, we could ignore their objections and go turn the gear ourselves. But... Exactly. You know me well. And that's why you're my partner. I want to get as many people on my side as possible. At the end of the day, this is their city, and they should have the right to decide its future.
Ooh, spoken like a true wise king, Navia.
I am the boss of Spina di Rosula, after all. This may be my first time as a king, but there are a few similarities between the two roles. Traveler, Paimon, Miss Nilu, would you be willing to lend me your support? With your help, I'm confident we'll be able to find the most frictionless way to resolve the problems plaguing this city. Not gonna lie, Your Majesty is definitely growing on me.
Seriously, like we'd ever say no. We're your friends! No need to ask us so formally in the future.
I'm happy to help too. This is a beautiful city, and just like the Forest of Blessings, I would love to see it return to normal as soon as possible.
Ah, great. As the King of Constellation Metropole, I extend to you my gratitude. All right, everyone, follow me. I'll show you the way to the goddess statue at the top of the Metropole. And stay close. You don't want to get lost in my castle. It's huge.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go. Oh, ow. Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble! It's a miracle! It's a miracle! Off we go! Adventure time! Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not.
Tes. Kedua dengar. Itu suara kipas atau apa? Yang mana tuh? Kipas nih.
Let's go find some treasure.
Beneran kah?
It's a miracle! call treasure.
Pernah sih ya jadi apa? Yes, din terus. Tuh. Oh, lewat. Wat. Sekali. Lagi di
Off we go. Now that's what I call treasure. Adventure time.
itu ngambil gitu. Tuh. Ini di map Semulangka yang itu. Yang map summer. Di event PA. Selang 30 hari hilang.
adventure.
Dua. Berangkat sampel ya. Oh, lihat lah ini ha, disuruh kayak main situ, main sleep itu. Itulah pasti kalau salah pencet meledak. Itu loh petak-petak itu udah angkanya itu nanti 1 sampai 9. Kita tuh mesti buka semuanya, tapi jangan kena bom. Ada aja yang menghalangi saya. lawan Doragon kan kita.
Now that's what I call treasure.
Huh? What's this?
Wait. This looks like the star I found earlier. I told the guards to place it near the goddess statue. Maybe they ran into some trouble up there. Guess we'd better hurry.
Cek musim masya dulu, ada sesuatu yang bisa diserusukan. Ada di sini. Ini sih ini. Ya, rumah sangga Koronda. Memang main dari rumah.
Now that's what I call treasure.
Ngisi. Tetap just 3 biji. Ntar ya, tapi ya. Udah sama sebagai pasnya. Oke.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Serius. Oke, terus Navia pun muak nunggu dan ngapain lah sekarang. Oh. Kan? Wah, salah arah. Lurus aturannya. Terarah. Lurus.
Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day. Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Waduh. Apa lagi?
Now that's what I call treasure.
Oh iya. Moto dia jalan terus ya. Moto ya jalannya maju. Kalau nggak disuruh belok, kagak belok ya. Nah, itu dia makanya. Oh, aku ngerti. Aku ngerti sekarang. Long. Balik nih. Terus nyaman sih. Nah, jalan.
It's a miracle!
Nat kagak boleh keluar dari lingkaran kuning. Hehehe.
Now that's what I call treasure. Benny's adventure chick.
Adventure. Ada lagi.
Adventure time.
Oh. Ayo nih.
I'm going in.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Enggak, tolong. Tolong. Apa sih? Mana naganya? Biar disembur.
Settle down.
Pelat mati. Udah jadi mati. Tenet.
Everybody stand back.
Nggak mati dia. Karat doang. Meledak dikit nggak ngaruh. Boleh dong.
Whoa! Why is the star on top of a mechanism? Uh-oh! More monsters incoming!
Ring.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Tahu kenapa? Tidak kena. Wih,
Bow your head.
Enggak.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure
Diam nih.
Settle down.
Begitu ya. Sini. Mampus. Oh. Mana lah dia nggak respon gua tadi.
Bow your head.
Oke, mana?
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Nih. Ayo sana.
Silence!
Nice and spicy. Eat this!
Bow your head. Abandoned property belongs to whoever finds it first, so it's legally yours now.
Silence!
Turun nih. Kita mesti ke atas. Woi, sini. Dengan kuat kamu buat.
Out of the frying pan.
Barbados, guide us.
Bow your head.
Lagi. Lagi. Oh. Aku. Siram kah?
Silence.
Kasih. Hanya tinggalkan help. Oh. Wah. Oke. Run.
Nice and spicy.
Wah. Anjir. Wah, mati.
Be sanctified.
Kok gede gitu ya?
An oversight on my part.
Hah?
Bow your head.
I'm going in.
This is blindsided.
Fuck.
Settle down. Let the mighty be humble. An oversight on my part. There's a tear in my robe.
Everybody still.
Silence! Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Drat! I can't move!
What happened?
Your Majesty! This conservative radical, he attacked us! He threw the star from the Astral Garden and even stole the magic thread linking the Oracle Pillars! But just as we were about to arrest him, the goddess's magic activated, and now we can't move!
No! Nobody touch the celestial gear!
What's an oracle pillar?
You need to use it to pray to the goddess. I'll explain later. First, let's help these guys. It's okay. Let him go.
But, Your Majesty!
Even if we catch up to him now, we won't be able to change his mind, much less quell the fear that many others like him are feeling. All it would do is turn him further against us.
Understood, Your Majesty. Also, this is the magic thread he was holding from the oracle pillars. Your Majesty, what should we...
Ah, please give that to the traveler over there. I believe they have some questions for the goddess.
Yes, Your Majesty.
So, what do we do with this exactly?
See those oracle pillars over there? Just use the magic thread to connect them together in a specific pattern, and the goddess of prophecy will answer your prayers.
Oh, sounds easy enough. Let's give it a try.
It worked!
To which course of fate do you seek answers, my child of Simulanka? The hero from another world, supported by their companions, shall restore peace to this world. Go and push the gear that connects up to the starry sky. When that time comes, I shall dance and return the tracks beneath my people's feet back to the stars in the sky. Go and push the gear that connects up to the starry sky. When that time comes, I shall dance and return the tracks beneath my people's feet back to the stars in the sky.
So, Miss Navia was right. The goddess of prophecy didn't tell us anything about the future.
Kenapa kalau dia masih
Fair
ada dia,
enough.
Yong?
Guess we'll just have to play it by ear.
Gak lagi gelut kan kalian?
Then first, we have to restore the sky back to its original state by putting the stars back in their positions. But it looks like we haven't recovered all the lost stars yet.
Well, at least we know what we're looking for now. We just need to keep going. That said, the metropole is huge. Where do we even start?
Ya.
Oh,
Ya apa nih?
that's the easy part. I already compiled
Yeah,
a
yeah,
list
yeah,
of the
yeah.
lost stars' locations based on eyewitness reports from across the city. Here you go. They should all be marked. Would you mind going around and fetching them for me? I have a few other
bisa.
things to take care of.
You got it. We'll be back in no time.
Oh, awesome. In that case, meet me back here once you've found them all.
Ya gimana ya? Coba dijelaskan.
How are you doing? Found them all? Sure, no worries. I'll be right here. So just come
Susah
find me
bos.
once you retrieve.
Baik. Susah ya. Bawah. Sampai ke atas. Turunnya ke bawah.
Adventure time! Adventure time!
Wis lah. Mugi-mugi kalian cepat baikan ya. Oke lah, saya off dulu, udah ngantuk. Siap-siap. Ada sempat mampir ya. Gue bos.
Nice and spicy.
Off we go! Adventure time!
Ah.
Feels like they really didn't want to give that to us.
Orang. Ada orang gimana? Bisa gitu.
Let's light it up!
Go as planned!
Ah. Nggak bisa jalan dong nih. Jalan itu ya. Cek dulu.
Sekarang udah
Onwards! We have work to do.
Tutor. Ini tutor.
Do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard.
Kan, musik apa? Baik. Yes, meeting. Di bapak semua nggak ada yang bisa diajak minta tolong ya. Oh. Turun.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
What? Terus what? Walah, mana lo bawa dia?
Keep your eyes wide open.
Terus kuat. Aim.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Ini benar-benar nggak bisa manggil master.
Yep. All right, now we're talking.
Bodoh amat. Loh. Aduh. Yes.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally. I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
that's what I call treasure. Off we go. Yeah. Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day. Huh? Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day. Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Let's go find some treasure. Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me. Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Oh, ow! Where did... Adventure time! Off we go! Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! We go!
Hey! Are you guys already finished with everything in the Metropole? No need to prioritize me. There's just this place... Great! Then let's go! I've delivered packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before. Looks like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you. Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask? Aha! Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look. Uh-huh. I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate. Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
What? Who said that?
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene. They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side?
Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Comania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address more clearly.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out. Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration. All right, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what? Then what?
At the end of the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the future marquis's abode to be. You like it? Are you sure you don't want to hear the rest? I'll keep this brief. Firstly, the place ahead of you.
What's going on?
Oh, hear me out, all right? I'm sorry for resorting to extreme measures, but I'm trying to help here. Don't worry, the fencing will disappear as soon as I'm done talking.
So are you some sort of fence-spawning yokai?
I'll keep this brief. Firstly, the place ahead of you is a secret room whose purpose, per the legends, is to await the arrival of a certain marquis. For that reason, it's called the future marquis's abode to be. Secondly, when you get inside, don't sit on the chair in the center, or bad things will happen. There, that's all. Off you go.
So many summers, winters, springs, and falls, and now at last a hero hither strides.
This realm knows not what lies beyond its walls. Its secrets mystify the world outside.
Captivated by the epic poet.
As golden sunlight fills the firmament, the tabletop engrosses your attention.
With wood and earthenware strewn all around, the demon feline's fury can't be quelled. Reducing them to rubble on the ground, she finds the vessel's vacant save for...
Strong as stone, firm as steel, the outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought enters the Outlander's mind. Attack! Attack! First weaken the structure, then seize the treasure. Namely,
the attack now over. Only one final step remains.
Now it is the time to seize the key.
But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch. Wait, what? They got it out?
Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts! And your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
Oh, let it go!
Cabe, I just realized you said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Ah! Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
We represent the 3 great clans of this realm. having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Who?
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship, destined to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
Well, whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on, like where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our three clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old, and unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old...
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
Not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble outlander. Noble traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than demon feline, but still...
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it. Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site. It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done once we are there. This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift. So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. That's the truth. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cape's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cape was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site. Unwanted company had arrived. The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's not fair, Cape.
True display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through you.
Here's a thought. Could be wrong. but maybe the Traveler Marquis is a lot more powerful than your ancestors.
Technically, by saying that, your martial prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic. Now, let's get down to business. As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
A teacher once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Cape and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the gear rack, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, the goddess of creation took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Hold on, isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly. To address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveler Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
I guess we should start here? I swear by my sword!
Why don't you give it another try?
Onwards. We have work to do.
Bagaimana ya?
Settle down. Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Benar di atas.
Everybody stand back! Go and play! Let's light it up!
Gitu dong. Tapi dari ini tadi
Behold, the sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Oh. Nice.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Boberano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth. The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here. Well, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
Downstairs. Mas.
The party finds no pedestal in which to place the great clockwork key, only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Oh, let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah, shut up, Cape.
Shut up, Cape.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But worry not. I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
Question 1. Who is it?
The great yokai, Nekomata in boots.
And the trusty travel guide, Pixie! Travel guide. Trusty travel guide!
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
To be completely honest, hard work is a bit of an alien concept to us here in the Constellation Metropole. We have hardware and we have clockwork, but not hard work.
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Oh, no, don't say that. Even though the writings you saw do prove that bravery has its uses.
You do realize we can hear everything you're saying, right?
If you say it out loud, you'll only set those 3 off arguing again. Thinking it is fine, but please promise me you won't say it.
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct!
What? A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
Please try to avoid being unnecessarily cruel in your response.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
All correct. You may have the key pedestal.
Traveler Marquis, you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Alright.
Do we really need this one?
Oh, bingung.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Oh yes. Ini boleh. Lagi.
What a
Now, let me see what elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure up.
Allah.
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Tappy. Look! My clan's history is true as well! There's that same unforgeable signature again, right here!
What? Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large, and make a prediction. It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Boberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing you.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Cool.
Well, once you've plundered the last of Boberano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
What a pleasant surprise.
Loh.
What a pleasant surprise.
Waduh. Wah. Habiskan semua. Wih. Ini satu. Oke, lanjut. Oh. Oke. Jelas ya.
The cohort of truth-seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
What's empathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then, they set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually makes you lose your empathy. So, I advise we take a detour.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another.
Everyone, I have returned. I come with the long-awaited Marquis and their followers to search for the lost origins of our clan.
Well, we weren't told anything about that this morning. Get out of here. Leave us alone.
Terusir. Tawa-tawa mas goned dulu.
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're just looking for a way in, why not consider taking the path on your left?
Oh. Gimana? Tolong.
Determined, presumably, to always do what it is.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle Pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
Halni.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't you? Except empathy.
Over here! I found it! Yes! Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard. keep watch.
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
Apparently that was incorrect. But don't blame yourself, it's Albizi's clan's fault for taking terrible care of their family crest. How could they let something so important get so dirty?
This is the guard's headquarters. If we can just explain the situation, I'm sure the giant guard will be less hostile towards us.
What are you doing? I'm busy reminiscing about old times with a photo of my friend.
I know that voice. Is that Winston?
So, you come crawling back. I told you, I am your only friend in this world. What were you thinking? Running off on a mission with two complete strangers. You are so naive. Oh, I'll make friends with them, I know I will. But in the end, I alone am waiting for you. I alone am your friend.
That's not true. It's not just those two. There's the Traveler Marquis and his companion, too.
You may have other friends behind my back. Well, look at you, Albizi, all grown up. That's the last straw. Just get out of here. I never want to see your face again.
Actually, no. Why don't you lift the emergency measures for a second and let me in? I have a VIP with me and we're very close to solving the mystery of our sacred site.
I said get out!
Lagi lo. Tolong. Boleh lah. Waduh.
Wind, hear me.
Apparently that was incorrect. But don't blame yourself, it's Albizi's clan's fault for taking terrible care of their family crest. How could they let something so important get so dirty?
Oh gitu.
Apparently that was incorrect. But don't blame yourself, it's Albizi's clan's fault for taking terrible care of their family crest. How could they let something so important get so dirty?
Ah.
This is the last one. The signature. So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They'd all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier. So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular. The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is one ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously because you have to respond fast when it's an emergency. It'd be a bit too late if they waited till the 99th ring.
We made it out.
Wah.
Don't know if we'll still be needing this
Balikan.
clockwork key, but I
Terus.
yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Okay, but
Ceritanya
back to the truth
menarik
problem.
soalnya.
There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and
Terasa
somehow
ada
they're all still
sesuatu.
true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Really, dude?
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this.
Betul.
And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past.
Aku sampai ngecek
But
lagi
now we
loh.
have the truth. So we just have to accept it.
Kirain
As
aku
surely as
belum
we will follow the
hidupin
clockwork path designed for
mic-nya
us,
gitu.
so is this the course that history has taken. It is
Harus
clear
scrolling kah?
and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well, that's enough for one day. Time to take a break.
Could you be any more cryptic? You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
Oh. Nih. Set. Sedikit.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller before he was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in his head grew louder. Must go to Pendulum Lane.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Oh my god, this is terrible!
Masih
I don't
lanjut
understand.
kah?
The 3 Greek
Masih.
clans of Constellation Metropole have finally
Main
made peace with each other.
questnya
Who
kejebak.
could have done this?
Kurang katanya dia
Oh no,
butuh
someone's lying on the
banyak
ground.
orang buat narik dari lengketnya di lem. Jadi aku jalanin punya si Kirara.
You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me.
Last words. What did he say?
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
Ugh, you could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had
Ini
contact
lucu
with him?
questnya. Oh iya kah?
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy.
Tadi mereka bertiga
I'm afraid he'll be out
debatin
cold
apa
for
namanya
another
tentang
hour and a half
kebenaran
at least.
klan mereka. Rupanya bener semua.
Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So, Cape's not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cape isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No! There's a need! Huge need!
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse me. Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
My mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
Isn't that one of those, clockwork socket things right behind you?
So it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
Kayak semua mereka, iya sih. Sejak dari
The crime scene's too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Oh, naratornya memang dari tadi ini kayak setera hidupnya ya gitu.
Well, that clears it up. Cape was walking along the street and he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
What?
Narator
So
mana
case
yang
closed?
bersih apa coba?
Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more first?
Mencari keributan.
We literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature. Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cape was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house. Then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, my guess is... With the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict. Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural. Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Cape's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
Selamat menikmati ya. Anda mau tepar dulu. Oke. Makasih udah mampir lagi. Hati di sana ya.
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
Hey, you're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not. Never mind. I give up.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh. Is it just me, Traveler, or does it seem kinda suspicious?
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance? Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky. Yeah.
There's a spear here. It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
Come here. Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory count. If it turns out I'm wrong and I miscounted, I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
A pickaxe? What is it doing all the way down here? There's gotta be a story behind it.
Let's say one of these was the weapon used in the assault. Which one do you think it is?
If it was the pickaxe, Cappe sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage titanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch. Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet at Cappe's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh, yeah, forget that.
What's this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cappe fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. Yeah, I think I'll just,
Oh, no, you stay right there.
Merang.
So you're the attacker!
So, it was you!
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, it didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... Catch me if you can!
Hey, kau pikir kamu siapa? Almost kah?
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
Yep.
Lah kocak ngulang lagi.
Yep.
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait, I'm wearing...
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? In urgent Neko parcel mode, I'll scale it in no time.
Ya ampun. Ngulang kali nih.
it was you!
So, catch me if you can.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion. The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait, I'm wearing...
The unnamed minion made a last...
So, it was you!
So, catch me if you can.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion. The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap. In fact, all the glue in this world is created by me, using my narrator powers. I make it and the residents just gather what they need.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? In urgent Neko parcel mode, I'll scale it in...
I'm beat.
You've got nowhere left to run.
All right. I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time. You're overdoing it a little bit there. Anyway, I only did what I did because
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best. Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Who'd have thought? But what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real?
Aww.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape, Bobarano, and Albizzi, if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the 3 clans. If the 3 of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story, and there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Necromora!
Just your echo?
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
Does he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did, after 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
You... Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the goddess of fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective, just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
No time to lose.
onwards. We have work to do.